Hi friends, we're back in the garden again today. Today we are going to talk about bark. And Millie is going to do a little slideshow with some facts about bark. But I just wanted to show you in order for you to do our experiment today, you're going to need your naked crayons and either some paper or your tree journal. Millie, come say goodbye. It's crazy hot out here. Oh, there she is. Millie's investigating the bark. Oh yeah, you hear our neighbors, right? They're swimming in their pool. So, all right. So yesterday we read our tree named Steve, and it talks about what happens when a mighty tree falls. This book sort of is a nice companion book to that. This is called The Busy Tree, and then we're going to have Millie teach us all about bark. So we've got The Busy Tree. I am a tree, a busy tree. Come and see. These are my roots, winding and long. They anchor and feed me and help me grow strong. Look at my acorns, all shiny and round, nibbled by chipmunks who scratch on the ground. Here is my trunk, where busy ants scurry, searching for food as they march in a hurry. This is the spider that lives in my bark, spinning a web from dawn until dark. A woodpecker searches, eager to munch, tapping for bugs it will eat for its lunch. Visit my hollow, it's home to an owl. He sleeps all day long, then at night starts to prowl. These are my branches, leafy and high, a sidewalk for squirrels that soar through the sky. One of my branches cradles a nest, a cozy warm home where hatchlings will rest. Look at this small twig that holds a cocoon, protecting a moth that will emerge soon. Hear my green leaves as they shake in the wind, breathing out air for all to breathe in. These are my boughs that creak, bend, and sway, shading the children below as they play. A boy finds an acorn I shake from my top, among autumn leaves that swirl as they drop. A girl plants a seed, and it grows toward the sky, taller and stronger as seasons pass by. Come and see. Right? That's the busy tree. There it is, all grown up. So today I want to talk to you about, we've been talking about the leaves, right? The leaves are sort of like the lungs of a tree. And we've been talking about the roots, right? That's sort of like the mouth of the tree. Today we're going to talk about the bark, which is sort of like the skin of the tree. And I have all these samples here. I'm going to clip in and I'll show you what we're going to do today. Okay, so we were up at our cabin this weekend and I found this bit of bark, which I grabbed right away because it actually shows us what it is that we're talking about. So when we talk about bark being like skin, that's true. So there's two layers. There's the outer layer, which acts like our skin. It protects us from the sun, right? Trees can't wear sunscreen. They use their bark to protect them. It also protects them from scorching, from windburn, and this outside bark keeps them from getting sick. It keeps out germs and disease because you don't want it getting into the inside of the tree. And it also protects it from insects and animals who might want to eat parts of the tree, like porcupines and beavers. They've got to get through that heavy bark on the outside. But different trees have different bark, and that's what we're going to talk about today. All you need for that is your tree journal and your naked crayons.
Excuse me, Mom. I'm the dog. Shouldn't I be talking to the kids about bark?
No, Spencer. Mom wasn't talking about the sound you make when I steal kibble out of your bowl. She's talking about the outer layer of a tree. Bark is like a tree's skin. Different trees have different kinds of bark to help them survive in their natural environments. Pine trees have rough bark, and it protects them from wildfires. Some trees have a sticky bark, which traps insects who might want to do them harm. Bark can change texture as a tree ages. This birch tree is very old, and you can see how its bark is starting to peel up at the edges. Be careful not to peel it though, because damage to bark can be dangerous to trees. Bark can create an entire ecosystem for animals and fungi. Insects like to burrow under the bark. Woodpeckers will search for insects that live under the bark. Bats will find loose pieces of bark and make their homes there. And small plants, fungi, and lichen will attach themselves to bark. Let's see what Miss Amy has planned for us today.
And a lot of people this year, from what I'm gathering, are headed to the mountains instead of the beach for their vacation. So if you find yourself camping or hiking, this is a great thing that you can take with you, because you can come away with a souvenir and also remember the different trees and plants that you've seen on your, at your time in the woods when you're camping or hiking with your family. So just like we did leaf rubbings, we're going to make bark rubbings with our tree journal. So I'm going to move my naked crayons away. I'm going to grab my tree slice. Now I'm working with this because of the camera, but if I were on a hike, I would just go right up to the tree with my tree journal and just press it right on the side. And all you're going to do is take your naked crayon and you're going to rub back and forth and side to side, just like we did with our leaves. And you'll be able to take a rubbing of some of the trees that you see on your hike. So this one is from an oak tree. I'm going to make this one green and blue. It's a noisy airplane. So you can see this is rough. This bark is very rough. And now I'm going to show you a bark that is very smooth. So we're going to move the oak tree away. And I'm going to bring in this. I found this when we were with Spencer down by the lake. This is from a tree that's called birch, and it's covered in mud, but it's actually white. And Millie will explain to you why that is later. But we're going to do a rubbing of our birch. Birch is quite smooth and papery. So we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to rub with our crayon up and down and side to side. And you'll see you get a very different rubbing. This one's quite smooth, right? See, you get all the details that match, right? So you can see where you get the matches on your bark. And I'll show you the last one. Not sure what tree this is from, but this one is on a round piece. So all you're gonna do is pick your spot, wrap your paper around, and then with your naked crayon, ooh, look how nice this one comes out. So you can see all the different places. See that part right there? That's called a knot. And a knot is where a branch used to grow. So as you head off camping, we're not doing the beach this summer, we're doing the mountains. You can take your crayons with you and you can do all kinds of bark rubbings. You'll have a nice souvenir of your time in the woods.